Imagine the forests of 19th century England. Most peppered moths are a pale, speckled white, perfectly camouflaged on lichen-covered trees. The rare dark moths are easy targets for birds. Then, the Industrial Revolution blankets the landscape in soot, killing the lichen and blackening the bark. Suddenly, the dark moths are the ones who are hidden. Their population explodes, while the light-colored moths are picked off, nearly vanishing. This isn't magic, it's natural selection, and it follows a simple recipe. First, you need variation within a population. Not all moths were identical. Second, you need a selective pressure, in this case, hungry birds. The final ingredient is differential survival and reproduction. The better camouflaged moths lived long enough to pass on their genes for that successful coloration. This is the essence of evolutionary fitness. It isn't about being the strongest or fastest, but simply about who leaves the most offspring in a specific environment. In the sooty forests, dark moths had higher fitness. This elegant mechanism is the engine of all evolution. It's why Darwin's finches on the Galapagos Islands evolved beaks perfectly shaped for the seeds on each island. It's also a terrifyingly modern reality, driving the crisis of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. We apply the pressure with medicine, and only the bacteria with resistance mutations survive to multiply. The results of this process are adaptations, inherited traits that give an organism an edge. The camouflage of the moth, the streamlined body of a fish, the spines of a cactus. These aren't perfect designs, but remarkable trade-offs, constantly being tested and refined by the environment. Natural selection isn't just a story from the past. It's a relentless, powerful force shaping all life right now.